In this video, I'm going to share with you how to deal with one of the biggest issues we know you're facing. When we asked you, what is your biggest struggle as an entertainer? We got more than 450 detailed responses. Almost 30% said that dealing with parents and clients in general was a major struggle for them. That might not seem like a lot, but that was at least 130 of you who felt that even though other aspects of the entertainment business were really difficult, and there are many, dealing with parents took the cake. Struggles included impatient parents who aggressively push their kids in front of the line when you're trying to end it, demanding parents who shove their crying kids in front of you who don't want to be painted, manipulative parents who guilt trip you into staying longer or redoing a face, intimidating parents who make you feel uncomfortable, discouraged, or incompetent, and then of course there are the many parents and clients who scoff at your pricing to begin with and give you trouble before the day of the gig even arrives. In the survey, someone even said, "Parents, need I say more?" Well, let's take a moment and imagine something. Can you imagine what it would be like to deal with only amazing parents and clients? People who know your value, treat you with respect, and appreciate your time and talent? No more pushing, nagging, bullying, guilt tripping. Can you imagine how much easier your entire job would become? Well, there's actually a little trick that we do in business that when we do it, it gives you easy, pleasant, and grateful clients. And it can even turn horrible ones into angels. Sounds too good to be true, doesn't it? Well, if there was anyone in the world who did know how to actually do this cool little trick, it would be us. So who are we? Entertainer Zone was created by Philadelphia Tivoli, the owner and founder of FacePaintingTips.com. FPT has been an established leader in the international face painting industry since 2006 and has helped tens of thousands of face painters all over the world. Along with the US and UK stores online, FPT has always had its finger on the pulse with face painters and their businesses, and currently has the most free information made available for face painters online. Previously living in Australia, Philadelphia now lives in Europe with her husband and 2-year-old daughter, and has worked tirelessly over the years to keep abreast of the face painting world and maintain her business. I know this to be true because Philadelphia is actually my sister. So who am I then? My name is Clarinda Tivoli Braun, and I've been working as a marketing consultant and business owner for over 6 years now. In my first 2 years, my business reached 6 figures and I rose to the top of my niche industry very quickly. I've trained over 100 business owners personally and many more in seminars and trainings. But aside from this, I have a really strong passion for the arts. I'm a dancer, painter, musician, and I'm surrounded by artists and entertainers constantly. My husband and I are now fortunate enough to live in Hawaii, and I love my work assisting non-profit and art organizations locally. FPT has given us the opportunity over the years to really know what's happening with face painters, beginners and professionals all over the world, what works and what doesn't. We know why some face painters get all the best gigs and others struggle to get their business off the ground. When it comes to a face painter in business, there is nothing new for us. We've seen everything and we continue to keep up to date with all the latest design and business trends. And when it comes to making over a business from no or little income to turning a huge profit, I've done that more times than I can count. So you could listen to us because we've been successful in business or because we're passionate or knowledgeable about the arts, but I think you should listen to us because there's a difference between theory and practice. You know that you could read everything there is to know about painting and still not be able to draw a stick figure. We don't teach theories of how your business should work. We know because we've put it into practice. We've coached others into putting it into practice, and we continue to see positive results. You deserve to get information that is accurate and that can actually help you. Okay, so what's this trick we were just talking about? I know you'll want to write this down, so go get a pen and paper. It's a little gem that we use called pre-framing. Pre-framing is all about imagining how you want your clients to be and then planning and creating situations and environments where your clients act in the way you want them to. I know it sounds a little like magic, doesn't it? Let me show you how it works. It's really simple. People just need to be told how to act. So think about it for a second. Everyone stepping into a library knows that they need to be quiet. Everyone at a pop concert knows that they can dance and scream. And everyone knows that if you want to be served at a government department, like a DMV, an RTA, or even some hospitals these days, you need to take a ticket and wait patiently until you're called. And that's because there's a system of fairness in place. We all understand that. A lot of face painters have difficulty ending a face painting line because of difficult parents. If you have this issue, you're not alone. Alright, I want you to take a moment and imagine how you want those parents to be. So you might want them to be calm, polite, patient perhaps? Okay, now think. What environment do you need to create to give you people like that? Now there are many ways that pre-framing can help you, many ways that it can help in your business, many avenues and opportunities that it can open up, and I would love to share them all with you, but this video would go on for far too long, so let me just share with you how to end a line without upsetting parents. And the children, of course, because this is about the children. This is a crowd control technique that you can use at public events, festivals. You can even use it at private parties and gigs. Ticketing system plus simple signage plus clear communication. Now, I know you might have heard of having ticketing systems before or stickers, but this is not just a matter of having a system in place. It's a matter of communicating everything extremely clearly. So that's what pre-framing is all about. So all you need is these 3 simple things. Ticket roll, you need a chalkboard or a dry erase board, and you'll also, of course, need some chalk or some dry erase markers. You can get all of these items very cheaply from a Walmart, Kmart, Office Max, Office Depot, any of these types of stores. Just check the stationery section. Okay, so step 1, have 20 numbered tickets. Obviously this number would be different depending on how many you can do at the gig, but let's use 20 as an example for now. If you have a small crowd around you or people who are interested in walking by as you're setting up, begin by stating that you have 20 tickets, so only 20 faces to paint, and invite them to take a ticket. Step 2, so write this on your chalkboard or your dry erase board, whichever one you have. Face painting from 1:30 to 3:30 p.m. Please take a ticket and I will call you up. Today there are 20 spots available, 5 minutes per face on average. I'm now painting number 1, closing at 3:30 p.m. Now that's just as an example, of course. The reason why I say to use a dry erase board or a chalkboard is because you can change the numbers as you go. And of course, change your time per face according to how long you typically paint. And you'll see I've put the time that you're closing twice. And that's put there so that you can be super clear about when you have to pack up. Alright, so I know you've had the first time there at the top. 1:30 to 3:30 p.m. but you got to repeat it. The more times that you can communicate when you need to pack up and when you need to be gone by, the better. You're going to create less hassle for yourself. Okay, step 3. When you call the first child's number, write their number on the board so that everyone knows where you're up to and can estimate how long you'll be until it's their turn. And step 4, when you're out of tickets, write 0 spots available on the board so that everybody knows. Make sure you only have 20 tickets available so that when they're gone, they're gone. Okay, now if you haven't already noticed, we've actually removed the line altogether. So there's no need to end a line if you don't even have a line in the first place. So there's no more pushing, shoving, bullying. Once you've run out of tickets, that's it, and parents will actually understand. So you just have to be clear and firm in letting them know that there are no more spots available once all the tickets are gone. And if they're really desperate, they can wait just in case a spot opens up. You know, that's if a child doesn't come when you call their number, but you can't promise them anything. You have to be very clear about that. So here's a really big tip to add to all of that. So if you're face painting for 2 hours, let's say, and you know it takes you 3 to 5 minutes to complete a face, then what you need to do is calculate how many faces you can do in 2 hours, yeah? So that might be around about 24, give or take, yeah? Well, that's wrong. If you can do 24 faces in 2 hours, as an example, then you need to only provide 20 tickets. Alright, so I've subtracted 4. You'd want to make sure that you allow enough time that you might lose between painting, and also at the end for when you might decide to paint an extra face or 2 or redo a child who wasn't happy. So that way you're actually seen to be over-delivering and you're not seen to be cutting anybody off by having to abruptly end a line. So what you'll find is that most people can actually be really calm and patient when they're communicated with really clearly. When they know how long they have to wait before they make a decision to take a ticket in the first place, and they can see that there's a fair system in place, then you have significantly less people wanting to cause trouble for you. So that way, they're not expecting anything that you can't provide. They're only expecting what you've told them they should expect, which came with a clear system, signage, and communication. So it's really easy. You just need to make sure you do all of the steps, like I said, and communicate properly, and everything will run really smoothly. Okay, so now that we've covered that, let's say that you did all of this, you pre-framed everything perfectly, and you still, by some really bad luck, got a really annoying, nagging parent. Okay, so in that scenario, let me ask you this, and I really want you to think about this. If you were paid double your usual amount for that gig, would it still bother you so much? So what about triple? What about 4 times that usual amount? Can you rest a little bit easier that night knowing that at least you were paid well? Well, here's the thing. We can help to fix a great deal of these common issues for you, but getting paid well for your hard work and talent can sometimes help to make it all feel better. All of a sudden, these big struggles aren't really struggles anymore, they just come with the job. Now, I know most of you are not in it for the money, right? If you were, I'm sure you would have chosen something a little different, a different career path, maybe something that your parents told you to do. But you know as well as we do that time and time again, artists are not getting paid fairly or adequately. In fact, many artists feel completely incompetent when it comes to figuring out how much they should actually charge in the first place. So this brings me to another big topic, pricing. How much should we charge? How much is too much? I'm not confident enough to charge more. How much will they pay? Here's a big one. If I don't charge less than my competitors, will I lose business? More than 38% of you felt that this was your biggest struggle as an entertainer. So how do you price yourself? Well, you can look out for the next video we have very, very soon. In that video, you're going to learn some very interesting insights on all the things you should consider when you price yourself and how to get those rare, high-paying gigs easily and more often. So please let us know what you thought of this video. Like and comment below to share what you learned, any realizations you may have had, questions or thoughts. Remember, this is for you. We've made this for you, so it's important that we hear from you. Until next time.